I'm Camilla, 29 years old, currently working from home. Robin and I were married for 3 years before we both transitioned to remote work. Previously, I held a consulting role at a major corporation overseeing online operations. The decision to freelance came unexpectedly after I became pregnant, prompting me to leave my corporate job. With my background in marketing, I've managed to secure consulting projects and handle online operations, which has been financially rewarding. Robin doesn't quite grasp the nature of my work. He doesn't realize that I earn a significant income. To him, my job seems more like a hobby. Working from home has afforded me flexibility, allowing for a peaceful pregnancy and a safe delivery of our daughter, Katie. During the initial month post-delivery, I stayed with my parents, relying on their support. However, Robin kept urging my return, leading me to shorten my planned 3-month stay to just one before returning to our apartment. Since then, I've successfully managed to balance work and childcare without financial issues. However, one day, my mother-in-law Alexa proposed that we live together. We've always maintained a decent relationship with my in-laws, keeping a respectful distance. So, the idea of living together didn't seem entirely unwelcome. Still, I remained cautious about potential tensions between mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law. I agreed under the condition that we build a duplex. My in-laws were delighted with the prospect of living together under one roof. Swiftly, I found a construction company that accommodated our requirements and oversaw the purchase and construction of the property. Approximately 6 months after we first discussed living together, our new home was finished. It's a duplex with shared spaces, including a common entrance. The second floor features a small kitchen and living area, creating a cozy atmosphere. The construction stayed within our budget, alleviating any financial concerns I had. When the house was finally completed, my in-laws were overjoyed, and their happiness was reassuring. Initially, Alexa enthusiastically volunteered to take care of Katie, which seemed like a great help for my work. However, those hopes were quickly dashed once we began living together. Alexa started imposing household chores on me, even during my work hours. She'd barge into my office without regard, demanding meals or immediate laundry service. Her complaints about dust and Katie's cries made it nearly impossible to concentrate on work. Consequently, I often found myself working late into the night, struggling to balance work commitments with caring for Lily, which took a toll on my mental and physical health. When I confided in Robin about Alexa's behavior, he didn't support me. He would dismissively say, "You're the wife. You should naturally obey." His criticisms escalated with each complaint I raised. Even when I asserted that I was working seriously, he refused to believe me. My father-in-law, Cody, seemed to echo Alexa and Robin's beliefs that working from home wasn't serious. It was more like a hobby. His constant skepticism began to erode my confidence, leaving me afraid that I was worthless and might eventually be abandoned due to my perceived inadequacies. Then one day, when Robin was off from work and everyone was at home, I was working with Lily beside me. When Robin abruptly burst into the room with a loud noise, "Come to my parents' room right now," he demanded, completely disregarding Lily, who started crying in response to the disturbance. It seemed deliberate. He must have known Katie was there. Frustrated by Robin's and my in-laws' lack of consideration for my work, I comforted Lily and reluctantly headed downstairs. Entering the living room, I found my parents-in-law and Robin engaged in animated conversation. Irritation began to simmer within me, reaching its limit. "What's going on?" I asked calmly, settling down with Lily in my arms. The three of them continued whispering, their secretive demeanor making me uneasy as I waited for them to include me in the discussion. Then, Alexa cleared her throat dramatically and fixed me with a stern look. "You need to leave this house," she declared abruptly. I was taken aback by Alexa's sudden statement. What did she mean by leave? Was she suggesting I go back to my parents' house temporarily? What do you mean? I asked, trying to steady my voice as I stared back at her, searching for an explanation. It means exactly what I said, she sneered, folding her arms defiantly. I glanced over at Hugh, hoping for some clarity, but he just kept smiling placidly. Is he out of his mind? Or am I losing mine? I wondered silently, determined to understand. I took a deep breath and calmly asked Alexa to explain her statement. Her eyes gleamed with vindictive satisfaction, and she launched into a diatribe with a smile that mirrored Hugh's. Every day, you neglect the housework, let Lily cry endlessly, and just waste your time playing with your computer and phone. I don't know if you're solely relying on Hugh's salary, but you never heed advice, acting like a parasite. Alexa continued, her laughter ringing out as if she found the situation amusing. I'm sorry if the housework isn't up to your standards, but I do the essentials, and Lily is well taken care of. She's a calm child, I countered, trying to defend myself. I can't just abandon my computer and phone. I'm working. Isn't that understandable? Robin suddenly fixed me with a harsh glare. Are you cheating or something? He accused sharply. I stared back at Robin, utterly bewildered by his unfounded accusation. Yes, Camilla is cheating, Alexa chimed in, casting a disgusted glance in my direction. Shocked by their accusation, I protested vehemently. I'm not cheating. I can show you my phone right now. I reached for my mobile, eager to prove my innocence, but he dismissed it with a scoff. Anyone can manipulate that. You can't be trusted. Realizing arguing was futile, I reluctantly put away my phone. We don't need someone like you here. Parasites should leave immediately. Alexa continued, her tone demanding. I began to consider leaving with my daughter as the only viable option. However, one critical reason held me back: the duplex house. I had financed it, attended countless meetings with the construction company, and meticulously overseen its design. I couldn't simply agree to leave so easily. Besides, the mortgage was still under my name, and I doubted Hugh's salary could cover our living expenses if I left. My income goes too. Can you manage that? I challenged them, hoping to provoke some reconsideration. Robin scoffed dismissively. What income? Don't be ridiculous. We've been living off my salary all this time, his cluelessness almost evoking pity from me. I sighed deeply and turned to Alexa, dealing with Hugh like handling a 6-month-old baby. Are you up for the task? He's demanding, his towels, underwear, and pajamas laid out after his bath, shoes polished daily, shirts impeccably ironed, suits crease-free. If his morning coffee isn't perfect, he goes off like a volcano. I doubted Alexa could manage Hugh's high maintenance. I'm offering you a chance, I said, giving her an opportunity. I can do a better job than you just playing around, she scoffed, dismissing my offer. Besides, if you leave, he already has someone else in mind, Alexa added smugly, revealing something I shouldn't have heard. Who? What does that mean? I asked, missing a beat, turning my gaze squarely on Hugh and Alexa. Alexa looked regretful and quickly glanced away. He shot Alexa a stern look and whispered sharply, Why did you say that? Explain yourself. The reactions hinted that Hugh might indeed have another woman. I fixed a piercing gaze on Robin, silently demanding an explanation. Uncomfortably, he began to speak. Apparently, for a few months now, I've been seeing a woman named Carol, Robin admitted in a low voice. She's in her early 20s and was smitten with me from the start during a business encounter. After she made her feelings clear, we started dating. Carol is beautiful, poised, and has a great personality, he added with a laugh. I found it hard to believe, considering Robin's appearance. I couldn't imagine such a young woman being interested in him. Half skeptical, I asked Robin for proof, thinking, if this is true, I need to secure some kind of compensation. He showed me his WhatsApp conversation with Carol. As I expected, most of the messages were from Robin suggesting dates and paying compliments. However, Carol appeared uninterested in anything beyond professional matters, responding with polite but brief messages. There were no emojis or informal language, just straightforward replies. Taken aback by Robin's smug expression, I struggled to find words. Quietly, I captured screenshots of the conversation, transferring them to my phone and saving them just in case they might serve as evidence later. Then I'll leave, I stated firmly. After everything that had unfolded, any warmth I had felt toward Hugh had evaporated, and I no longer cared about their reactions. I'm taking Lily with me, I declared, observing Robin and my parents-in-law seeming pleased by my decision to depart. His demeanor shifted abruptly, his hands dropping to his sides. What are you talking about? You can't raise Katie without any income, he objected sternly. Leave Katie here. Don't be irrational, my parents-in-law chimed in, failing to grasp why I insisted on taking her with me. As far as I'm concerned, I see no reason to leave my daughter in this situation, I argued firmly. I have my own income, and I can't leave her with people who can't adequately care for her. When Katie grows up, she'll work hard, and I'll support her, I continued, trying to reason with them. He interrupted with nonsensical remarks as I spoke further, frustrating me. Why would I leave Lily? What kind of father does he think he is? My anger surged, fueled by Robin's self-centered remarks oblivious to the repercussions. Fine then, let's settle custody in court. Get a lawyer ready. In the meantime, I'll take care of her. I knew arguing here would only escalate tensions with Robin and my parents-in-law. Confident in my decision, I resolved to proceed with legal action without hesitation. Once they acquiesced, I wasted no time in making preparations to leave. Over the next few days, I remained steadfast by my daughter's side, making necessary preparations. I reached out to the construction company that had built our house, laying out my situation in detail. I inquired about reputable real estate agents to sell the property. Nick, the company president, swiftly allied with me, ensuring they would manage everything. True to his word, they arranged a quick and lucrative sale, surprising me with the house fetching a higher price than anticipated thanks to its recent construction, impeccable condition, and prime location. Simultaneously, they secured a suitable apartment for my daughter and me, mindful of my budget constraints, but offering a great place at an affordable rate. I expressed my heartfelt gratitude and wasted no time in preparing for our move. Oh, have you already found a place? Alexa asked with a hint of amusement as I packed dishes in the living room. Yes, I replied curtly. There's no reason to elaborate. We'll be quiet without you around, she remarked casually. Well, the one thing I'm grateful for is that you gave birth to Lily, Alexa chuckled before walking away. Despite her unpleasant demeanor, I assessed the apartment. The sofa and dining table, which I had purchased, seemed too large for the new space, prompting me to decide to sell them. The refrigerator, though slightly oversized, I chose to take with me, marking it with a sticker. I labeled all the furniture and appliances I wanted to keep and snapped photos of the items I planned to part with using my mobile phone. On the day of the move, I deliberately chose a time when Robin and my parents-in-law were out. Robin was at work, and the in-laws had been called away to a community event. Armed with the divorce papers Robin had given me, I coordinated with the movers to relocate my belongings. I also arranged for the construction company to handle waste removal for the furniture items I didn't plan to take with me. The move progressed smoothly, and within 2 hours, everything was done. A few hours later, I left the house with Lily and began settling into our new apartment. While organizing things, the phone rang. It was Alexa. It was already 5 o'clock in the evening, and I had left before noon, so it seemed she had just realized what had happened. I answered the call cautiously. "Camilla, why is the house empty?" Alexa's voice came through flustered and loud over the phone. "Those things were mine. I got rid of what I didn't need." "What's going on?" I replied calmly. "Well, I bought them myself. I have receipts and other proofs of purchase, so there's no need for complaints," I stated with a laugh. Alexa seemed speechless, responding with nonsensical protests. "Oh, and I sold the house, so please vacate within a month," I added cheerfully. Alexa sounded even more surprised. "Why would you do that? The house is in my name since I oversaw its construction and have been paying the mortgage." Alexa tried to argue, but I ended the call before she could say more. Afterward, I received numerous calls from my parents-in-law and Robin, but I chose to ignore them all. My priority was swiftly settling the apartment for Lily's comfort, leaving no room for distractions. I also sought legal advice, and all future communications were directed through my lawyer. Months passed, marked by persistent negotiations, and I successfully secured custody of Lily. The reasons were straightforward. I had substantial financial stability, had been Lily's primary caregiver, and my work-from-home setup allowed me to provide ample time and care. Robin, who had presumed he would automatically gain custody, was stunned and bitterly exclaimed, "I never needed that girl anyway," storming off in frustration. Relieved to finally enjoy a peaceful life with my daughter, a sense of tranquility washed over me. However, my parents-in-law and Huey had yet to vacate the house. Uncertain of my next steps, I received a call from the president of the construction company. With resolve, I simply stated, "Please evict them," understanding the situation. The president chuckled heartily and assured me, "Consider it done," before ending the call. I'm not sure how the president managed to persuade Robin and my parents-in-law to leave, but it must have been quite a feat. A few days later, I received word that they had moved out, and I was impressed by the efficiency. Even that brought a sense of relief to my heart. However, several months after the divorce, Robin reached out to me. By then, the divorce was finalized, and my parents-in-law had mostly backed off, so I hadn't blocked his number yet. I immediately regretted not changing my phone number or maintaining the block. It's been a while. I was just thinking maybe you were starting to miss me," he said. What is he even talking about? I felt more liberated than ever after the divorce, not having to worry about him. Still, I listened to Robin's words. Apparently, Robin had been dumped by Carol and thought I was his only option left. The way he got dumped was quite something. Right after our divorce, he went to Carol and said, "We could be together now." I recounted. He claimed I dumped her, but frankly, I had no interest in his story. I hung up while he was still talking and promptly blocked him. I blocked all messages and later changed my phone number. Starting fresh, from mutual friends I heard that after the incident with Carol, Robin had trouble at work and clashed with clients. Eventually, he resigned, struggling financially. He constantly asked various people for loans. Perhaps my parents-in-law are looking after him, but with his modest income, it's unlikely he's leading a stable life. As for me, I'm living a fulfilling life with Lily, focusing entirely on our present, which brings me